Today for the Bitcoin and more importantly, altcoin prices, metaverse prices with BitBoy Crypto, we are going to talk about the one and only top 5 selection of metaverse altcoins, which can potentially make you rich in the cycle. We will talk about that, and I can tell you something. The more we are going further in that selection, the more surprising it might get for you guys. And honestly, I don't even know the full selection yet, so I'm ready to be surprised. Guys, make sure you go down, you smash up the like button for that video to a new all-time high with having BitBoy on the channel. If you want more of that, of course, I want to see the like. And of course, I want to see your top favorite altcoin and metaverse cryptocurrencies in the comment section down below, so we can go down and see what's your favorite. And now let's go straight into it. BitBoy, my man, how are you doing today?
I am doing great. Living here in, they call this ACTAR, because you got AR that's augmented reality. You got VR that's virtual reality. But right now we're in actual reality.
Yeah, still. But I think we are moving straight towards the simulation.
We are.
Yeah, crazy times, man. It's insane. Anyway, I'm very happy and grateful that you are on our channel today. And yeah, I was so many times on your channel, so it was urgent, and I wanted to get you on specifically for this selection, because everyone is asking me what's the next metaverse altcoin to invest in, what are the good projects in the space, because you and me, we know there are many bad ones, many bad actors in the space. So please go ahead, start with your number one. I can't wait for it, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you're looking at metaverse tokens, you got to look at them kind of like you would look at any other token in crypto. You want to be heavier in the larger, more consistent ones with staying power. And then you want to have some that might be some, riskier plays. And I think that, to start off, you got to go Decentraland. I mean, it is the oldest metaverse project, virtual real estate. I remember back in 2018 wanting to get into some of their auctions for land, and they were sold out immediately. Like, you could not get in. And then, the team themselves, like, they were real mysterious. They wouldn't help you out with any auctions, or, it would be like, oh, well, we do have this land. Like, they're like, no, here are the auctions. You buy it. That's it. Now, what's really interesting to me about Decentraland and why Decentraland, obviously not financial advice, it can't fail. There's one group that is behind Decentraland. Everything they touch turns to gold. Why? Because they're the gold makers. And that is the digital currency group. They are the largest group in crypto. They own outright CoinDesk. They own a lot of other things. They've got their hands heavily into Coinbase, heavily into basic attention token, heavily into Ripple, heavy into all kinds of different projects, Abra, an exchange. Everything that they touch succeeds because they have enough money to make those things succeed. They are heavy in Decentraland. That's why you actually saw a Mana Trust from Grayscale. They own Grayscale, by the way. Digital Currency Group literally owns Grayscale. So because of that, like, there's a lot of the mysterious kind of backroom things going on with the Digital Currency Group, and you can't miss with Decentraland. It is going to be a major metaverse project. So that's first and foremost.
Yeah, I remember how I was trying to get part of the ICO back in the days. It was a gas war ICO, and I within basically less than a block, it was completely fully sold out.
Completely gone.
A little bit sad. I would have loved to be in.
Yeah, that's one that we do own some now. But we as BitBoy Crypto, my entity here, we got 35 employees, so it's not just me here, but that's one we missed out on, but we were able to get a position in later on. But it's one that you kick yourself. Like, I was interested in it early on, and I just didn't go all in like I wish I would have. Yeah. But that's number one. Number two, we're going to go with the most exciting project right now, and what I believe will actually be the number one metaverse project. And that is, what's that?
Sandbox.
Absolutely. You can't miss with sand. I mean, you cannot miss. This is a project that we were talking about 6 months before it launched, the token. We've had land in there for a really long time. We built an entire digital city there. We have we've used 4 professional Minecraft builders. We paid high dollar to have these people come in and build on our land, and we still have more land than we know what to do with there. So the alpha is releasing on November 29th. So they've been in beta, which means we've been able to build on it, test on it internally. But finally, the alpha comes out. This is going to be the first real metaverse where people are going to be, that's gamified, that people are going to get in and really start to see what this starts to look like. And I am super excited about it. I do think it's going to be number one. You got major companies, The Walking Dead, Binance, Atari, plenty of others like a Snoop Dogg. They all have land inside of sandboxes where all the attention is going to be, I believe, for the next few months, and you just can't miss with it. We do have, major holdings in sand, but I do think this is important for people to understand. Like, it's not just invest in the tokens. You can buy and resell the land. You can buy land and then fractionalize or tokenize the land. Put them on the secondary market. Our land is worth, 50 times what we originally had paid for it now. So this land is another way you can make money. And then once the games actually start, there's going to be ways you can make money in the metaverse on Sandbox and on other ones as well. And that's what we really encourage our, audience to do, is don't just look at the token price. Also look at how you can take advantage of the platform to make money.
Of course. But I also talked with a few people. Some people made now more money on the token than actually on the land. But I don't think we want to complain if the land 50x's and the token 60x's. So not such a big difference. That's interesting. Before we go to the next one, I think it's now hovering around $7. What do you think is the upside just before we go to number 3?
$7, man. It is so crazy how much it's going. I think it has now become the number 2 coin of the entire bull run after Shiba. Shiba's returns are like 149 million, like nothing's ever percent, and nothing's ever going to touch it. But Sandbox should be, I believe, around 20,000% right now. Yeah. It's a 200x. I mean, this thing has absolutely crushed it. So what is the upside? I believe, even though it's so high, I believe it still has room to go as we head closer to this alpha. Now, once the game actually launches, we, of course, could potentially see, some price movement to the downside, kind of like buy the rumor, sell the news, that kind of idea. Like, buy the upcoming trailer, sell the launch, I guess might be a good way to look at it. So we could see a pullback then, but I don't think we're going to see a pullback, before the 28th. I think we have probably 4 or 5 good days of pumpage left of this thing as this alpha gets closer and closer.
I agree. We will probably see a sell the news event, but let's wait for that. I can see that happening a day or two before. Right. Thank you very much for that. Now let's go into number 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, number 3, we're coming in with a top 200 project. And this is a project that I've been talking about on this channel, once again, for years now. Actually, funny story about this project, which is Seek VR. It's CEEK VR. I actually set up a node for Seek VR about a year and a half ago, and I forgot about it. And so one of my researchers reminded me, like, didn't you set up a node for this? Like, yeah, I did. So I went and I checked it this morning. I found I had $60,000 in rewards on this node. Why is that? Because the price has mooned. I mean, it was around a penny, and now it is getting close to $1. It's almost at 80 cents today. And what is Seek VR? This is a virtual reality project where eventually they're going to work with, major broadcast channels like CBS or NBC. I can't remember exactly which one they're working with. They've already done a camp with Dwayne Wade, who used to play for the Miami Heat. Obviously, people know him. They're building an arena for people to play sports in. So it's not just watching sports, it's playing sports, kind of like Oculus almost, or, MetaQuest as it's going to be known as soon. So it is a really expansive project. And one of the things that really started to propel this one forward is the pandemic, because during the pandemic, people are all of a sudden wanting to do virtual concerts, which sounds a little strange to me. But the newer generation, they like that idea of being able to go. I mean, especially we saw the disaster that happened to Astro World here in Houston and in the United States, to where people got trampled at a concert. Makes people scared to go to places like this. So virtual concerts, virtual, movie screenings. This is all part of Seek VR, and it's definitely a very exciting project. It's gone all the way up to the top 200. It was in the thousands just last year.
Awesome, man. Awesome. As I already told the audience, the more we are going further into it, the more surprising it might get. Let's get to number 4 as the time is really ticking for us here.
Right. Well, next we have Blocktopia coming in around 210, somewhere around that range, maybe 220, depending on which site you're checking. This is a project that is making big moves. We have a billboard, a bitboy crypto billboard inside of Blocktopia. This is a project that we worked with before on a sponsored basis. But what happens a lot of times when you're in the space and you do sponsored videos is you start doing the research on it, and you're like blown away by what they're doing. And Blocktopia is definitely one of these. A major story that occurred with Blocktopia recently is KuCoin, the exchange, is setting up a virtual office inside of Blocktopia. Blocktopia has kind of a more gritty feel, kind of like Cyberpunk. I think there's some crossover with the creators of Cyberpunk, the game, and or Cyberpunk 2077, whatever it's called. I haven't played the game, but people know it's got kind of that gritty feel to it, and that's kind of what Blocktopia has. So really excited about that one. Definitely has a lot of potential.
Awesome, man. Awesome. The last one definitely surprised me. And honestly, guys, you're watching this. I don't know what the selection was. I kind of knew that Decentraland is going to be in, Sandbox is going to be in, but the rest, no. And now I want to know, man, what is number 5?
We are going with MetaHero. Now, this is one that's down almost 3,000 on CoinMarketCap. It's very low. It's very new. This is a project that is making big moves. It is not going to stay in the 2,700s forever by any stretch of the imagination. What they are doing is they're trying to create the world's largest collection of scanned objects. So for things to exist in the metaverse, they need to have proper dimensions. They need to have proper placement, proper size, proper perspective. And they have built a gigantic scanner that scans people, objects, everything you can imagine to make them the real dimensions inside of the metaverse. And I found out that you actually have been scanned.
Exactly. Here in Dubai, there was the crypto something conference, and well, there was this team. It was like all Polish followers around me, as I'm half Polish. And there was this Polish, I think Polish co-founder. They asked me to scan. I did it. It was like very impressive, very big scanner. And now I have to check my email and see how I look like. But I think that is definitely a very, very interesting concept. And I forgot about it since you mentioned it. That one, actually, I remember that we talked about before the recording. I definitely want to check that out myself. So you said there are a lot of upside for that one as well. Interesting concept and good project to go forward with, right?
Yeah. Those are the 5 metaverse projects that we're looking at right now. There's some other ones that, we've played around with a little bit, but those are the 5 to me that I think have the most upside right now.
Yeah. Perfect, man. I'm very happy to have you on this channel, especially specifically here for that, because I know that altcoins is really something you are excelling in. Like, your selections are really awesome. Sometimes I'm going back to some of our old collaborations. I'm checking the price today, and they really did well. So great to have you here. Everyone watching, knows that I'm very deep into Metaverse myself, building a project around it. So it was really awesome to get another perspective here in. Thanks everyone for watching. BitBoy, do you have anything last to share before we're wrapping it up for today?
It's just been good to get back on your channel. We used to do these videos quite regularly, but schedules are crazy these days. And, love to come back on in the future. I love your audience. Great people.
Thank you, man. Thank you. BitBoy, awesome guy, awesome channel. Make sure, guys, you go down. The link will be there. Go to his channel. If you're not subscribed, I would be surprised. But if you're not, go down, subscribe right now. And we will see each other very soon. And as always, guys, bye-bye.